carries around. Am I remembering that right, or was that just like a Scooby-Doo cartoon version?
I think that was a Scooby-Doo cartoon version.
Okay.
But because I think they couldn't do like an actual head.
Yeah.
So I think that's how they kind of got away with it.
It's fair. Understandable. I like your get up today.
Hey, you. First person to guess in the comments who I am, I'll give something to you. I don't know what yet, but something's coming your way.
Do we pause for a couple seconds to let them pause and maybe guess? And then
No, we're going to say at the end of the episode. They have to watch the entire episode to get there.
Okay. Sounds good.
It's the Halloween episode.
Ooh, scary.
Welcome to Balls and Blasters, the Halloween special.
A very spooky episode, the 13th.
Ooh.
This wasn't planned.
No, but we're here.
And yes, I just noticed you had like bone gloves on. I thought they were just regular black gloves.
That'll be a little hint for you on who I am. The only thing I'm not wearing is the shoes, but we're inside and it's carpet.
Right. Got to take care of our carpet.
Well, welcome to Balls and Blasters. Austin, how are you doing this fine spooky evening?
I'm doing great. Yeah, doing good. Work went by quick today. It was a decent gym day, and tomorrow's my Friday, so I'm excited.
Look at that, because we got a special birthday coming up. Ooh. You guys are gonna hate me. All right. Yes, it is spooky time though.
It's spooky time. Episode 13, Balls and Blasters. We went for Halloween theme episode.
Mm-hmm.
I just forewarning, mine is very loose.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering how you were gonna do a Halloween episode for sports. I had trouble picking my topic, but I think I landed on one that's pretty good.
Trouble picking because you had so many.
Yes, exactly. Like I was like, I can go this direction, I can go this direction. But I think for this, it'll be a nice little. Everybody should be able to enjoy this one.
I'm excited. I'm curious to see what you came up with.
It's not as spooky as you might say, but it's definitely like Halloweeny.
You're a Halloweeny.
Oh,
got him.
Well, Austin, should we tell them what we do here at Balls and Blasters?
I suppose we can do that. I can go right ahead. Here at Balls and Blasters, I, Austin, talk about the balls side of balls and blasters. Balls being sports.
Balls!
Sports. I come up with a sports topic every week. Could be informational, historical, fun, something, a little bit of everything. And I try to teach Caleb and you guys something about the sports world. And Caleb, what do you do?
Well, I am the Blasters side of Balls and Blasters, and I will be teaching Austin and you, the audience, a little more about the nerdy topics, the video games, the pop culture, movies, comics, whatever have you. We've been leaning pretty hard into video games, and I'm gonna tell you right now that ain't stopping yet today. So
this a Halloween themed episode kind of leans itself towards some spooky video games.
Ooh.
Maybe a certain type of video game. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I mean, more of like a genre.
Okay. All right. I'm interested.
Yes. I'm interested what you have to say. I don't know how you're going to do this.
I'm going to try and segue my way into it, but it's okay because we're going to get there.
All right. Well, it being our 13th episode, maybe some strange things will happen in this rock, paper, scissors competition. Austin, how do we pick who goes first?
We play one round of rock, paper, scissors on shoot, and then whoever wins goes first. Tell us about their topic, and then the other person goes second. So
yes.
Currently, we've done 12 episodes of Balls and Blasters, and I'm currently in a commanding 9-3 lead.
It's insane. Like you said, you're doing better than what the 2001 Miami Hurricanes would be doing if their only offense or only their defense played every
Right.
season or every game and scored. So
I thought that was a funny comment. Caleb didn't like it.
I
But
didn't at all. What? We move on.
we move on. That was last episode. Go check it out. Episode 12. For real. The real episode 12.
Yes, there was 2. But anyways,
We're past it.
yes. Shall we over my jack-o'-lantern that I carved this weekend?
jack-o'-lantern that is very nicely put in between us.
Mhm.
Appreciate that. All right.
All right. On shoot, correct?
Okay.
Oh! Well,
Dun-dun-dun.
if you guys didn't know, I threw out a commanding scissors. Oh, this is gonna be so difficult to open with these gloves. Here, hold on. I'll do that. Do this shit live. Hope we're past that.
I can't believe I let a man scissor me like that. So yeah, I
There we
really hope
go.
we're past that point.
There you go. Okay, to hold this thing. Okay, we're gonna try this. I might not be able to scroll though. Yeah. Because I don't use stupid paper. I use my technology.
We're not cavemen, Caleb.
You know what? I can't scroll with these. So,
Well, you can just take the one glove off. You don't have to take. them both
that's
off.
what I'm gonna do. All right. Here's do a spooky jack-o'-lantern. Alrighty.
If it starts smoking in here, it's not because of how hot Caleb is. It's just his glove that's burning and on fire.
Yes. Luckily, those are electrical candles. Oh, before we get started, we must. I can do it. Austin, you got nails?
I do. I need to cut them.
Okay, perfect. Well, Austin's gonna do this one for me this time.
All right.
Because I don't have nails to crack this here, but we gotta start this.
I'm so excited. I get to do the honorary crack.
I just because I can't open it. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Beautiful. Now we can
All
go.
right.
Now we're ready.
So, Austin, I know this. I debated on what I was going to talk about this episode. I could have gone with scary video games,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not a really big fan of a whole lot of scary video games.
Fair.
I could have gone with scary movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest fan of scary movies either.
Fair enough.
You know, I could have gone with Halloween movies, but I feel like that's a little more general. People have watched Halloween movies,
Right.
not the new ones. So, what I landed on today was actually the history of zombie video games.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, because zombie video games, they're not all scary.
Right.
You know, I've played a lot of them. It's one of my favorite genres of just zombie video games. So, I thought today for Halloween, because I know you've played some as well, we delve into zombie video games.
All right. I'm in. Let's do it.
Now, we start every one of my history lessons with where zombies come from. Austin, do you know where zombies come from?
You know, that's a question I've never really pondered before. I'm assuming there's some sort of literature out there that spawned the idea.
Well, zombies have been a thing for almost all of humankind, really.
Mm-hmm.
There's some sort of like the dead rise, like vampires even are considered, would be considered a form of zombie as they're the undead.
Right.
But I think it really takes place the hardest in the Haitian folklore of voodoo and stuff.
Interesting.
Where a zombie was more of a person who would put a voodoo spell on you and you would be under their control as a zombie. Now it debates on if you actually did have to be dead or alive to be a zombie. And that's kind of where this whole journey starts.
Interesting. I did not know that. You learn something new every day.
And we'll get to the who do you voodoo. Do you know what that reference is at all?
No, but can you say it 5 times fast?
Who do you voodoo? Who do you voodoo? Okay. We gotta get going. Yeah. So, in the 1932 film White Zombie was the first kind of portrayal of zombie in pop culture.
Also a great band.
Yeah, White Zombie.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. This one is not too important, but it's just zombies have been in pop culture since since before World War II. be fair. But I think the biggest and most impactful zombie thing in pop culture is George Romero's Night of the Living Dead.
Okay. Yeah.
1968. It was, you know, insane for the time. It's like a scary movie. These zombies. It's actually kind of good for how old it is too.
Yeah.
I've seen it and I really like it. But this is kind of where that first actual thing of they're like the world ending disease apocalypse, type of vibe is going on in pop culture and is being talked about really for the first time
Mm-hmm.
as well. And you'll see that zombies become insane in pop culture.
Right.
So, I want to ask you before we move on, why do you think zombies became so popular?
Why do I think they became so popular? I don't know. Maybe just like the idea of like zombie hordes taking over the world, like that, just kind of that scary aspect. Or maybe it's the fact that it's like a zombie looks like a human, so it's like almost twice as scary. I don't know. Like that's kind of where mine leans,
Mm-hmm.
but
Kind of like that depiction of disease or whatever. I think it leans most into like everybody's greatest fears of like
right.
disease and
Mm-hmm.
um
Yes.
yeah, like you know just so yeah, something that is, it's almost like that thing where that humans, because became the apex predator because they just wouldn't stop. They could out stamina any other animal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of, I think of, well, zombies don't stop either. So
Right.
they're the almost ultimate hunter in that sense. All right. But so we got to the little parts of zombies in pop culture. Now let's go to the older games that featured zombies. All right, we got this game called Zombie Zombie. Don't know too much about it. 1984 though.
Okay.
And then we got Ghosts and Goblins, which is 1986. Again, these are kind of more like those like pixel games and older games where you're not gonna get scared of these, but
Yeah.
they depict zombies because zombies have been around and zombies are such a
Mm-hmm.
massive thing in the pop culture.
Just like a cartoony, fun type of thing
Yeah, exactly.
for
Like
these
there's
games.
like there's mummies in there and all that
Yeah.
too and stuff. Like especially in Castlevania. You ever heard of Castlevania?
I heard of it. Yeah.
Castlevania is like a 2D side scroller, 1986. Castlevania has all these things like you're trying to fight Dracula, and there's Alucard, which is just Dracula spelled backwards. But all a bunch of the enemies in the game are like zombies and mummies and the undead in
Mm-hmm.
general.
Right.
So I think the undead is always like a kind of fodder
Yeah.
type of enemy in these video games.
Uh-huh.
And then there's Doom 1993, which it's more demon zombies than actual zombies. But I had to include it because again, that fodder aspect of you need a weak enemy that you need to just shoot to get points or
Right.
whatever. Here's
Uh-huh.
here's a zombie,
Uh-huh.
and it works well in there. That was Doom 1993, and then the big one of the before the 2000s era, Resident Evil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've heard of Resident Evil.
Yes.
Yeah. This is kind of like that survival horror aspect of the zombie genre, where zombies really started to become scary.
Right.
So you have all these games where they're more fodder, and then hey, what if you're just a regular guy, or even like a soldier with a gun and stuff, but these zombies are relentless, and you have to shoot them in the head to kill them.
Right.
You never played any Resident Evil, have you?
I have not. No.
Not even 4?
No. I'm assuming that's the most recent one.
No.
Oh,
And
it's
the
just
most
the popular one?
yeah. 4 is probably the most popular. 4 is probably the most popular, I'd say.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just these. It's more of a supernatural depiction as well, like scientific as well. It just showcases Yeah, it showcases the survival horror aspect of, hey, these zombies are actually kind of a threat to
Yeah.
you. Because I don't think there's too many zombies in the game. But yeah. And they also had these like kind of resource management mechanics of, you have only a limited amount of inventory space, and you have a limited amount of bullets. You have things chasing you down, so you have to run away from them while managing these bullets,
Mm-hmm.
managing these guns. And you don't have these super powerful guns until way later in the game, so it's just this aspect of run, run, run.
Right.
Um, and I think Resident Evil fits it perfectly into why zombie games are so popular, even from the back in the 1990s.
So what game console did that come out on?
That came out. I don't have it written down here, but that came out. Was it the? I want to say, was
Trying to
it
think of what
a
that would even
Sega console?
be.
I
Okay.
think it was Capcom. I'm pretty sure. I could be entirely wrong,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
know what? I have this here.
I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
I'm probably gonna get flamed for that. I don't think it's I think it is Capcom though. Yeah, that was like pre. No, you know what? It might have been PlayStation 1.
I guess I don't know how old the
I
PlayStation 1
think
is.
I think it. I think PlayStation 1 might have came out. No, it wasn't PlayStation 1.
So I had a PlayStation 2.
That was 2001. It might have been PlayStation 1. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's exactly. Resident Evil also had this kind of cool thing of, it was more of a fixed camera angle type of game.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of added to that drama of, you're not this first person view running away, but you're also not this third person view running away. The camera's at the end of the hallway, and you gotta run to the camera
Yeah.
to get safe, or the camera's at right at the hallway, and you gotta run to the end of the hallway to get out of line of sight. But the thing is, you don't know what's at the end of that hallway, and you
Right.
can't see around the corner because the camera's fixed.
Which actually, that's a pretty cool way of like building suspense.
Exactly.
And
It's almost
the
like
unknown.
it's almost like a movie
Yeah.
kind of aspect. It really did delve into that playable movie type of aspect here. So, then we got the early 2000s. I didn't. There's not actually too many like popular video games between that besides Resident Evil games between that 1996 and 2005 with Resident Evil 4.
Okay, it's that old, huh?
Oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. It just got remastered like a couple years ago too.
Maybe that's why. Yeah.
Recommend it. All the Resident Evil games are getting remastered right now. I think they're on 3, or no, they're on. They just remastered 3 and 4, and now 5 is next. And 5 is really good.
Hmm.
But this was more of, there's still some of that same resource management, and the zombies are slow, but there's also fast zombies that'll chase you down, more open space, uh, and then like monsters too. So that supernatural aspect as well.
Right.
It does get criticized for that kind of aspect of not having the fixed camera angles, but at the same time, I think they went in the right direction of having it be third person instead. So they still keep all that inventory management and stuff. Then we have Dead Rising in 2006. Have you played Dead Rising at all?
I've not played that one.
This is kind of, instead of having that survival horror inventory management, it still has some of those aspects. This is the Capcom game. I'm pretty sure one of these two is Capcom. I can't believe I forgot that. Dead Rising is, you are Frank West and you're stuck in a mall, and that mall is filled with zombies, and these zombies are like 2 hits and they're down. And your whole thing, you're just running through. Like the beginning, you're kind of weak, but you can still kill a lot of zombies. By the end, you're just mowing down zombies left and right.
Okay.
So it's almost that power fantasy as well,
Yeah.
of having this this other side of zombie games. See, zombie games aren't just scary; they're also fun. Big shoot 'em ups and blow 'em ups. And it was also a pseudo open world, as in it was open world for the mall, but you had a timer. So if you didn't get to stuff in the time, you would fail the entire game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
and a lot. You couldn't do everything because the game goes. It's a 3-day period. You had to play the game multiple times to do everything.
Okay.
Like there's an achievement run where the achievement run is 100% achievements. You have to play through the game. I think it's 3 times to do everything.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then we got in 2008, Left 4 Dead.
Yes.
You've heard of Left 4 Dead. I know that.
I've heard of Left 4 Dead. I've maybe seen a YouTube video or two. But yeah.
This is that co-op survival type of game of these zombies are coming after you. There's these special infected. Your objective is you and 3 other friends get from point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
And you just shoot zombies and run away from them when they're really scary.
Mm-hmm.
During the whole time, and there's different levels. This is another aspect, another direction zombie games have taken over time. I think we'll get to it after a little bit, but there's a game called Back 4 Blood, which is very similar to this game and made by the same people.
I've maybe seen YouTube videos of Left 4 Dead 2.
Yes, Left 4 Dead 2 also.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the exact same game.
Yeah.
And they're made by Valve.
Okay.
Who has not made games very recently.
Sad.
At all. I know. You know that Half-Life 3 joke?
Yeah.
That's Valve.
Mm-hmm.
And then also in 2008, we got the big one, and I know you've played this one. Can you tell me what it is, Austin?
The big one, huh?
For them MLG boys.
Is it just COD Zombies?
Yes, it is the start of COD Zombies.
I don't want to say what it's actually called.
No, don't. We're not
say that word.
We're not gonna say it. You know, I wrote it down here. I probably shouldn't have wrote it down, but yes, it's called Call of Duty Zombies. It's World at War Zombies.
Yeah.
You can guess what it's actually called because it ain't the Allies. We'll tell you that much. Zombies. This insane. You know, I mean, Call of Duty's already insane game, and this just added to that. And Call of Duty Zombies have been insane ever since.
Mm-hmm.
I think like some people only buy Call of Duties just for the zombies.
Right. People go hard in the motherfucking paint.
For
COD Zombies.
Exactly. And there's no achievements at this time, or Easter eggs. So Easter eggs this time, but I mean it's still insane.
Right.
Insane popularity, and yeah, I think at least every Treyarch game has had zombies since then.
Right. Well, and they're really the only developer that should make zombies, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like the invasion mode, that alien, Ghost.
In Ghosts, I don't know if I ever played that one. I didn't give Ghost enough time, enough love. I should have gave it more time and love. I did like Infinity Wards, like MW3. They had what was it called? It was just like a survival, but instead of like zombies coming after you, it's just a bunch of AI bad guy military guys.
Oh, I love that one. Special Ops.
Yeah,
Was it Special Ops?
something like that.
Or Fire Team.
I don't remember exactly what it was. But yes, obviously COD Zombies are
Yes.
fun. I used to be scared of COD Zombies.
Oh, dude, I used to be terrified. Yeah, no. So we had the beginning of zombies. We have these kind of like fodder type of zombies are just these enemies. We have these survival horror games. We have these co-op games and survival games. More of like a point system with COD Zombies. We're already delving into like 4 genres of zombies.
Right.
Zombies are everywhere in video games.
Get it?
And there are gonna be more. Now, Austin, have you heard of a little game called The Walking Dead by Telltale?
I have.
Yes.
I haven't played it, but I've seen people play through it.
Yeah, like you watched the whole thing. Like I've never played it either, but
Yeah.
Telltale's The Walking Dead. Massive.
Yeah.
I think everybody and their grandma knows about this. If you don't, essentially, what if a game went back to that point and click era of all this? They really take a huge focus on that story. God, I wish I could reference our open world versus linear episode,
Yeah.
but I can't.
Right.
Um, this is just the epitome of linear video games where it's you're not really moving around a whole lot. You're clicking the screen,
Hmm.
but that's all the gameplay is, and the story is really what makes the game.
It's a good story too.
Oh, it's beautiful. Like people have cried at the end of that.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, we've delved into another genre, which is just like a story game.
Right.
And then that was 2012, by the way. Uh, and now another huge game, The Last of Us, 2013.
Of course.
This game was so popular it got a show.
Right.
Let's just say that right off the bat. So popular, it got a show. Um, this is another story focused game, but has more of that gameplay aspect to it. A lot better gameplay than The Walking Dead.
Hmm.
But it still has that story. It doesn't have choices, but it has a beautiful story, a story good enough to make it to a show.
Right.
And this kind of shows that zombie games can be like the movies. You can have a story as good as movies and TV shows, and you're delving into that more linear gameplay type of genre of
Right.
like your God of Wars and your Uncharted. Actually made by Naughty Dog, who made Uncharted. So
Did not know that.
yes. And then my personal favorite zombie game is up next with Dying Light in 2015.
It's not Plants vs Zombies.
we're gonna get to that in the honorable mentions. All right, don't you worry. So Dying Light is it was an open world game. Kind of had this open world game aspect, and you were a guy who was dropped in, and you basically just learned parkour to get away from the zombies. And the zombies would get more terrifying at night, which is a very popular theme throughout a bunch of zombie video games.
Makes sense.
It's actually Dying Light. You don't want the night to come because
Right.
then the bad zombies come out. But this kind of took that more of that power fantasy, but also survival horror. It kind of meshed them together where even if you are like super powerful at night, it is still scary, and
Right.
you do not want to be out at night,
Hmm.
which is that aspect. And it really really helped the game to have these parkour aspects where if you were out looting at night and it got dark, you would have to run away from these zombies. You'd be doing parkour to get back and
Oh,
stuff.
gotcha. Is it kind of a game where whatever objectives there is, you have to spend the day doing the objective and then survive the night so you can get back to doing the objective?
You can go to bed at night, but there are some missions. It is more of an open world story game,
Okay.
but it's still open world where there's that you can do side missions and collect loot and stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's some missions where there's a couple missions where it forces you to be at night.
Yeah.
So that because the only time the story thing is like, hey, we have to move under the cover of night because these guys are gonna find out if we're, during the
Right.
daytime. But the thing about the night is that there's really bad zombies that come out at night. So yeah, this kind of takes that two aspects of Telltale having that almost no gameplay, but have an amazing story, and the other aspect of Dying Light's story wasn't the greatest, but the gameplay was fantastic,
Yeah.
and the world building was fantastic. So zombie games are reaching every corners of the video game industry. All right. Now, before we get to our recent titles, I just want to walk through some titles that include zombies that
Okay.
you may have forgotten about. First one, it's not gonna be Plants vs Zombies. It's gonna be Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft has a very large emphasis on the undead with skeletons and zombies.
Right. It's funny how zombies are probably like the least scary
Oh yeah,
part of that
it's like
game.
oh zombies, blah. But yeah, no, like the main like enemy in that game that you will see are zombies though.
Yeah. So, real quick, I don't care, speaking of Halloween theme and like horror theme, I don't care what Mojang tells you. I don't care what your friends tell you. Minecraft is a horror game, okay? That game is scary and I don't want anybody else
It kind of
saying anything
is,
about it.
especially like when you like your first few nights too. All right.
If you know, you know. Okay, there's some wild stuff that happens in that game that should not happen. Go on.
All right. So now we got Plants vs Zombies, which are it's that which a lot of games took this genre too of this tower defense, and what's a better enemy to do than zombies
Right.
to fight against?
Makes sense.
You know, one of my personal favorite games, Project Zomboid, which is still being developed and updated as well, takes a more isometric approach. You remember us? We referenced isometric in the Lost episode, unfortunately. You know what isometric is, though?
You might have to refresh my memory because that was a
two
few
and a half
episodes ago.
2.5D.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, now I got it.
Yeah. So it kind of takes that approach, and it's a way more realistic zombie survival. Like if you get bit once, you're done. Like you will die.
Yeah.
Or you get a big scratch on your leg from a zombie, like that's infected now.
Right.
Or you are
chop.
Exactly. Like you're running too much, you will get tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like your legs will fatigue, so the next day you can't run as far because your legs are fatigued.
Right.
You can only carry a certain amount of stuff, like that stuff. So it's a really cool isometric zombie survival game, which I recommend you check out. I did want to mention some games like Vampire Survivors and Survivor.io, just like these mobile games that, again, zombie fodder.
The world is a vampire.
I don't know what that song is. Or is it a movie?
It's a Smashing Pumpkins song.
Oh, it
Caleb.
is? Oh, I referenced that. I just made that joke. I don't even listen to it.
I know one. Well, as far as I'm aware of, I only know one Smashing Pumpkin song, and it's called "Bullet with Butterfly Wings." Bullet with Butterfly Wings. I know you've heard it. I could play it, but I don't want to get copyrighted.
We'll save that for after the pod. Okay. After the pod. A lot of games will have these kind of sci-fi zombies as well. Like there's Dead Space, which are these. I don't know if they're necessarily zombies, so to say. It is called Dead Space, but they take that more of an approach of, hey, zombies in space,
right?
There's Dead Island, which it's kind of that open world game as well, but more of a funny spin on it. Almost like there's some emotional moments, but like a lot of it is that funny spin of, hey, we're on an island, and they're getting freaky on this island, and why is this bikini zombie and this muscle zombie like making out? Oh,
anything's possible in Zombieland.
Exactly. I'm trying to. I know I have some more written down here, but I'm trying to think of a little more here. Just zombies have touched every. I just want to emphasize they've touched every single aspect of just like the video games in general.
Any kind of video game you can make, there's been a zombie version.
I know I talk about this a lot, and I'm wearing a shirt underneath here that says Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls series has zombies in it as well. It's kind of that fantasy aspect of zombies where necromancy and
yeah, okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate. What I have, like, there's necromancers that raise zombies from the dead. There's even a mission where this woman wants you to resurrect her husband or whatever. The Witcher 3, there's ghouls, which ghouls aren't necessarily zombies in a sense, but they're close enough. Fallout has a version of zombies, which are called ghouls as well, but they're more feral people that have been irradiated by the bombs,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of take that place of if they're basically zombies without being zombies.
Let the ghouls play. Ghouls just wanna have fun.
You promised you wouldn't. And then I want to add more on the indie side, like I mentioned, Project Zomboid. There's also 7 Days to Die, which is kind of that Minecraft zombie survival game where it's that sandbox open world block building game just with zombies.
Yeah.
And then there's They Are Billions, which is a game just basically about killing as many zombies as you can in a tower defense simulator.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you guys can't see, zombies have been around. There are like everywhere, from Minecraft to these indie games like Project Zomboid, which is a very like good indie
Take your word for
game.
it.
All right, and then I already touched on the Resident Evil remakes here, but Dying Light and Dead Island 2 came out recently as well. Those are pretty popular zombie games that come out. Dying Light 2, I liked it a lot. Dying Light, The Beast actually just came out. I heard it's pretty good. I haven't got a chance to play it yet. Yeah. And then I just kind of want to end on what is your favorite zombie
My favorite zombie game?
game?
I don't know if I'm being honest. Like, I don't have like a ton of experience playing zombie games. It never really interested me. It interested me. Easier for me to say. Um, like I didn't even get into COD zombies until shoot maybe Black Ops 2, and at that point that's like really futuristic weird zombies,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Black Ops 2 is so good though. Like they're zombies. That's
Yeah,
my
it
favorite
was fun.
zombies
It was
by
good.
far.
Yeah, I guess I would choose COD zombies because that's the one I have the most experience with, but the story of the Walking Dead game was like really good. I really
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed that, just watching someone play through it,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
So
when a game's so good that you could watch a person like play through, even now
mhm.
today, it and like you're like, I would have made that choice differently. That
Right.
aspect too. But yeah, and I'm sure zombies have been in video, like so many video games before. I don't think it'll ever slow down. There's kind of that surge of every game was like a zombie game. I wanted to put that section here, but I didn't know
Mhm.
if I was gonna be too long, and I don't think we're going too long. No, I'm actually at a really good time here.
No, well, it's a good thing you're at good time because I'm probably not going to be.
Exactly. Yeah. We did a slow intro today. Um. But yeah, zombies have been in everything, and oh, I actually have another question for you. What do you prefer? A more scary zombie game, or a more like lighthearted kill 'em all zombie game?
Nowadays, I'd be down for the scary.
Mhm.
Earlier on in my video game life, I probably would have preferred a power trip zombie style of game.
Mhm.
But these days, yeah, I think a something legitimately scary with a good story would go a long way for me.
Oh, we gotta get you into one of these games. Oh, I forgot. Last of Us 2. Don't forget that. Last of Us 2. People are gonna get you mad at me. Last of Us 2 came out.
Yeah,
It was very good. Yeah. You would love that.
might have to get into it. Might have to get into it.
All right.
There's a lot of video games I need to get into.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you do. But adults, being adults.
It's a hard knock life out here, Caleb. I wonder. I'm curious. Are you? Is that all your notes?
Oh yeah, pretty much yeah.
I'm curious. Obviously, zombie video games and in pop culture have been around for a long time. It was never going to go away. I wonder, like, what the Walking Dead TV show did to like. Did it? I wonder if it like. Did it help people keep interest? Did it matter? I don't know, because that was one of my main like. That's my main experience with zombies in general. other than like Minecraft zombies is watching The Walking Dead?
I want to say that the popularity of The Walking Dead definitely helped the zombie video games because um there I think that just like that post-apocalyptic zombie genre in general is such a great just area you could make
Right.
any game in. Like you could make a town survival game. You could make
Mm-hmm.
a um a survival horror game. You can make a power fantasy game. And I think even The Walking Dead showed that like, hey, some like it went from they were struggling every season to like they're building farms and like
Right.
bows and bullets and stuff.
They kind of cover the whole gamut of, styles of zombie lifestyle, which I think
Exactly.
is really neat.
And like, there's that aspect of are the zombies or the humans the actual like worst
Right.
thing?
Well, that's another good question. I think I know the answer, but in some of these video games, is part of the storyline like, yes, you're fighting the zombies and you need to make sure you don't die from the zombies, but there's also like another group of people
I
you need
think
to be aware of.
that's a lot of like the main things of these video games. Like Dying Light specifically, a little spoiler for a 10-year-old game. Um, but like a lot of the reason why you have to go out at night is because the main bad faction will steal everything during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So when the supply, because you're basically trapped in a city, like they've quarantined the whole city for you to
Mm-hmm.
explore in, and they're like, well, when they drop everything at night so that when people wake up they can go get it, and it's like, well, if you do a night run, you have a way better chance of getting the supplies. So,
Right.
but it's really bad to go out at night. Like the whole reason you have to go out at night is because the other faction is stealing everything during the day, and if you try to grab stuff, they'll kill you. They'll try to kill you for it.
Which is cool. That's kind of what the Walking Dead TV show turned into. In the first couple seasons, it was very like zombies are like the worst thing ever. Like we're never gonna get out of this, and then it just turns into each new season is just a new group of people that is like extremely homicidal for some
Yeah,
reason.
like, why are all these people trying like so evil?
So yeah, that's very interesting. I enjoyed that topic,
Oh,
Caleb. I
thank you very much.
I was expecting horror video game, but I really enjoyed the emphasis on, just zombies,
Yeah.
which I think is something that probably most of our listeners have some sort of experience with.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I wanted to do more of a. I was gonna do more of a zombies general in pop culture, but I feel like that would have been way too long. So
that's fair. Um, I have a lot of notes here, Caleb.
let's get into it. Yeah.
Before I get into my topic, I do want to take this time to say rest in peace to my black ink pen.
It's gone.
it it finally crapped out on me. I've written a lot of notes.
Dude, that's
It's
wild.
a lot of good stories.
Did you buy that pen for this podcast?
Well, I bought a pack of pens, and so I bought a pack of pens, all like this like rainbow colored pack, thinking I'm gonna color code things. That never happened. I just started writing notes. So, and I could probably show the visual viewers, but like it's literally halfway through my notes that it just switches to red ink.
very spooky.
Yeah,
It's like
just blood. Yeah, I should be careful what kind of references I make with blood. So to segue into my topic of spooky scariness in sports, my first thought, like you, had a couple ideas. My first thought was, what if I do, I don't know, like what is on my foot? Is that like a hair tie? What is this?
That is a
Oh, it's a paperclip?
no. This is sorry. It's the Nightmare Before Christmas. This is a Christmas tree hook.
Oh, of course.
I don't know. We were digging that. We basically that closet right next to Austin. We shove a lot of stuff in, and I think we were in there because I had to grab some stuff for some Halloween festivities.
I was to say, it's not Christmas, Caleb.
I know,
Halloween.
but I ripped a lot of stuff out. I kind of didn't do a great job of pushing everything back in.
Fair.
So that's probably what it's from.
Anyways, back to the Halloween and spooky, scary. My first thought was, the sports going on this time of year are baseball, hockey, and basketball. So I was going to do, notable sporting events that happened on Halloween, but that and football, I forgot football. That's important. But that felt kind of like a cop out.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it would have been boring because it would have just been me talking about teams and players that a lot of people probably don't know. And then my second thought was, I wonder how many scary nicknames or spooky sounding names of players are out there. And I was like, that's also, I tried to look that one up and there was just nothing of interest. But I was texting my co-host the other day confirming, like, hey, are we doing a Halloween episode? He's like, yes, we are. And I remember texting him, okay, I got to put my thinking cap on for this one because I got to find out what I want to do. And I was like putting my hat on, kind of like a mask. A mask, almost like a goalie mask.
Oh, like Jason Voorhees.
Dun, dun, dun. My topic today is the history of a goalie mask.
Oh, I love this. That's so smart. Oh my gosh.
So that's my very loose connection to Halloween, which we will mention, Mr. Voorhees, later on here.
Okay.
So let's dive right into it because I got a lot of notes and not a lot of time. So, what is a goalie mask? A goalie mask is worn by a goaltender to protect their head and face from injury, be it from a puck, a ball, a stick, an elbow, a punch. There are many sports that use a mask, more than just ice hockey, but inline hockey, field hockey, rink hockey, a lot of hockey, lacrosse, ringette. Never heard of ringette, but it's a thing. Bandy, rink ball, broom ball, and floorball. Lots and lots.
I surprisingly know what broom ball is.
Broom ball. There's a league of broom ball in our town.
Mm-hmm.
I've been asked to play, but I
heard it's fun.
I heard it's a lot of fun too. One of our buddies plays broom ball. So yeah, that's what a goalie mask is. It just covers your face so you don't get hurt. Makes sense, right? Let's continue. Now we can dive into the history and the first uses of a goalie mask. Because believe it or not, and just so everybody's aware, we're going to stick to ice hockey here because that's probably the more interesting aspect of a goalie mask.
And it probably covers a lot of the other bases.
It does. You'd be surprised. We jump around a little bit. So the first hockey's been around for over a century at this point, and for a long, long time, goalies and players did not wear helmets or masks.
That's so wild to me. Like I can get the players,
Mm-hmm.
the goalies though, when you're shooting like these little tiny, like hard pucks,
right? Hardened rubber, and I think the reason for that was because goalies never had to get down on their knees to make saves. Most of the time, people didn't elevate the puck when hockey first started out. It was just a lot of on the ice. It's almost as if they elevated it, it was almost an accident.
Like, whoa, that was so cool.
And if they did elevate it, you have pads and a stick and a glove and a blocker to, try to defend the goal. But eventually, they did come around. And the very first use, this surprised me, I did not know this, the very first recorded use of a goaltender using a mask was in 1927. It was a goalie for Queen's University, which I believe is in Ontario, Canada. I could be wrong. It's in Canada. The goalie, Elizabeth Graham.
Oh, a lady goalie.
A lady goaltender. First verified use of a goalie mask, February 1927. It was actually a metal fencing mask, and she used it mainly to protect her teeth.
That's right. to protect like the beautiful face, because all women are beautiful.
Correct. We stand women. So yes, very first recorded use, Elizabeth Graham, a metal fencing mask. The very first recorded use of a mask in the NHL, the National Hockey League, was in 1930. So a few years after Elizabeth Graham first donned her metal fencing mask. 1930, Clint Benedict, who is a goaltender for the Montreal Maroons, who I believe eventually become the Montreal Canadiens. He broke his nose playing goalie, and so he didn't want to stop playing, he wanted to keep playing. So they made him like a crude leather nose guard mask thingy. I think it was essentially what some American football players would use that play like defensive line or offensive line. Think of it like the mask that Robin wears in Batman and Robin. Just
Oh,
something kind of similar to that.
yeah, like kind of just like the eyes, but it goes over his nose well.
Right.
Like kind of like Mermaid Man from SpongeBob.
Yes. Another
Yeah.
good example. Yes. So he broke his nose. He wanted to wear that so his nose would stay in place. He wouldn't hurt any further. It was made of leather. He wore that mask for 5 games until his nose healed, and he never wore it again.
He's like, screw this. I ain't no wimp.
No wimp. We'll get into it in a little bit on our next story, or a couple stories from now. But hockey at this time, it was, hockey has always been a tough guy sport for various reasons, and it was seen as weak and not brave to wear a mask or wear a helmet. So as soon as his nose was healed, Clint Benedict was like, "Yep, I'm not doing that ever again."
He's tough.
He's tough.
Yeah. He's a real man.
Perhaps a little toxic masculinity, but that was the times. The next story I have is like the first modern-ish looking mask was worn in 1936 by, and I'm gonna butcher this man's name, and I apologize. I'm gonna get a couple names wrong this episode. I apologize. 1936 during the Winter Olympics by a Japanese man by the name of, I want to say, Teiji Hanma, something like that. I apologize, sir. I'm sure you're no longer with us, but he's a Japanese ice hockey goalie, and he had large, very circular round glasses, and he couldn't see without them. So he there was like a leather mask and a wire cage that was made to fit around the frames of his glasses so that he, could protect his head, but mainly his glasses.
Oh, nice. So it wasn't covering like his mouth or anything like that.
It might have covered his mouth a little bit. I saw a description that it was akin to like baseball catching masks at the time, but still a very loose cage leather framework.
Like a puck could still fly in there if it hit the right angle.
Right. Again, I think he wore it mainly just so he didn't break his glasses, which fair. So that's kind of a little backstory of when goalie masks started first being used. But the first full-time use happened in 1959. We are once again with the Montreal, now Canadiens, and the famous Jacques Plante, or Plant. It's one of the two.
Jacques Plante.
He's a famous goalie, National Hockey League goalie. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's considered one of the greatest goalies of all time. He won a lot of Stanley Cups. I don't remember how many. So, Jacques Plante in 1959 had been experimenting with a mask during practice throughout the year. It was a fiberglass mask that was molded to his face, his facial structure, like his face, not all around his head, but just his face. And so it had eye holes, it had 2 nose holes to breathe, and then it had a very small mouth hole.
Oh, so like, it basically just looked like his face, just with like the little holes so we could actually see through it.
So you could see and breathe and whatnot. And the holes were small enough so that if a puck did get up high or a stick, that it wouldn't like get inside and like bust him up or whatnot. So he'd been experimenting with the mask in practice, had Jacques Plante, but his head coach by the name of Toe Blake refused to let Plante wear this mask during a game. And I believe it was because the Coach Blake, thought it would inhibit his ability to track and see the puck, and therefore inhibit his play.
Mm.
Um, so in an ensuing game, November of 1959, Plant was struck with in the. Oh my gosh, I need to just take a deep breath. Struck in the face by a puck.
I was gonna ask, like, did this just come back to bite him?
Yes. So he wasn't allowed to wear the mask, but eventually, November 1st, 1959, Jacques Plant was struck in the face by a puck, and he had to go get stitches and sewn up and whatnot. And he gave his coach an ultimatum saying that either I'm allowed to put this mask on or I'm not going back in the game.
Mhm.
And an important aspect of hockey roster construction at this time is that there were no backup goalies. There was just one. So
Really? So if your goalie got injured, you were done?
if your goalie got injured, you would have to, and he couldn't play, you'd have to forfeit the game.
Dang.
So his coach, not wanting to forfeit the game, said, "Fine, put the mask on, go back out there." So Blake said he's fine. Go ahead, it's fine. Wear the mask because he didn't want to forfeit the game. Montreal would go on to win that game 3-1, and they would go on an 18-game unbeaten streak with Jacques Plant wearing this mask.
Because he's so confident now. He's like, I can dive for these things now.
Which is, them winning and going on a winning streak is essentially proof that, hey, I don't need to, I can wear a mask and still be effective. We can still win hockey games.
Mm-hmm.
However,
However,
in the middle of the playoff hunt, Toe Blake, the coach, asked Plant to remove the mask for a game on March 8th. I have in my notes here because we're getting to playoffs time. We're going to play all the good teams. And Coach Blake was just of this mindset that you need to keep the mask off because we're going to play all these tougher teams. I want you to see everything, read a whole game, yada, yada, yada. Montreal lost the game that he took off his mask 3-0. The very next game, Plant put on the mask. They won, and he wore the mask for the rest of his career.
yeah, he's like, hey. I wonder if he truly was like, I can't play without this mask, or was he like, I'm gonna show you.
Whatever it was, it worked. I be easy to look up. I don't know if the Canadians won the Stanley Cup that year. They won a lot of Stanley Cups back then. So Plant wore this mask for the rest of his career, and he was heavily criticized for it by his peers and by the media. Many believing that he wasn't brave because he wore a mask. They questioned his dedication to his craft because he wore a mask, which is just crazy.
Yeah, it's
to think of in hindsight.
Wow, you wanna play and protect your face still? Do you even care about this game?
When did you stop caring so much, dude? There's an interview where Jacques Plant is making an analogy to a skydiver parachuting without a parachute, and the analogy being that, a skydiver with no parachute is just stupid. It's not brave. Me wearing the mask is just, it's smart. Me not wearing the mask would be stupid.
That's such a valid point, too.
Right.
It's not hindering me at all.
Right. So he donned the mask in 1959 and then wore for the rest of his career. By 1969, so a decade later, goalie masks had pretty much become the standard. There was a few holdouts, but pretty much everybody was wearing them by then. And they're like, wow, this guy, if again, Jacques Plant, considered by many one of the greatest goalies of all time, it's like, well, if he's doing it and they're winning a bunch of games, I think I can do it.
I wonder if it was that confidence aspect too of I can actually go my hardest because if I get hit in the face, whatever.
Right. There's, there's still risk because it's just covering your face. It's not doing anything for the rest of your head. But just that idea of if a stick or puck accidentally gets up in your face, there's at least something there, right? So, all right. That is our little introduction and first uses of masks in the game of ice hockey. Now we can talk about a few different types of masks that have appeared in the history of hockey. There's 3 main ones that I want to talk about. The first one is Jacques Plante's face-hugging fiberglass mask that debuted in 1959. It is widely considered to be a long-standing symbol of the game of hockey. There's a very famous photo that I can show you afterwards and that you at home can look up. It's called At the Crease. It's a photo by Ken Danby. It's a goalie. I can't tell if he's like stretching or like playing his position, but he's got the mask on. It's a very cool old-timey photo. Looks very nice. The mask is no longer practical or safe due to the modern style of play. You just need to be able to cover your whole head.
Where like a puck could like curve around and like do a little flip on its way and hit you in the back of the head.
Right. It's a faster, heavier, harder hitting game these days, and you need to be protected at all costs. And the face hugging fiberglass mask just does not do that anymore. It has remained famous in hockey and in pop culture. Why? Because Jason Voorhees is very well known for wearing a mask. For all my Friday the 13th fans out there, you know him, you love him. But there's also a few other notable examples. Casey Jones in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah,
wears a hockey mask.
He does. Oh my gosh. So it's like the Jason Voorhees mask is what he was wearing.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, cool.
Yes. Think of Jason Voorhees and his mask. That's essentially what Jacques Plante was wearing, styled a little differently. And obviously, Jason Voorhees' mask is designed to be scary.
Yeah.
Jacques Plante's mask was just like all white.
Oh.
All white, like a Michael Myers mask, but a little different. And then, several musicians and bands are known for wearing hockey style masks.
Are you gonna mention H2O Delirious at all?
I was not, but that is another famous example for all of us. What are we, Gen Z?
Yeah, Gen Z.
For Gen Zers out there, H2O Delirious is definitely known for wearing that style of hockey mask, and it's been in films and video games and the like. So the next one I want to talk about is the next iteration of the hockey mask was the helmet cage combination. Think of the helmet cage like an old style hockey helmet with just a cage strapped onto it. Oh. It's essentially a two-piece helmet.
So you can like just rip the cage off pretty.
You could. It's one like it's. I don't think it's designed to come off, or I mean, you can screw it on and off, but it's essentially two pieces. It's the helmet and then the cage. Kind of like for all my baseball aficionados out there, it's like there's catchers that will wear a backwards hat or a backwards helmet, and then they will put the catching mask over. So it's something kind of like that.
Okay.
This was developed in the 1970s, and it was popularized by one Vladislav Tretiak, which is a name I'm sure you've never heard of, Caleb.
Not at all, actually.
Vladislav Tretiak is he never played in the National Hockey League. He is known for being the starting goalie for the Soviet Union back in the 70s and 80s. And he spent his entire non-international career playing in the KHL, the Continental Hockey League, which is in Russia. He was one of the very first adopters of this helmet cage style of mask, the bird cage, if you want to call it that. Tretiak is a very, very, very good goalie. The Soviet Union is very, very good at hockey back then. And it was he and the Soviet Union helped popularize it in North America because in 1972 the Soviet Union, I believe they came to Canada to play the Canadians and their international team in an 8-game series called the Summit Series. I don't know when they stopped doing that, but it was just a thing they did. It was an 8-game series. I think the Canadians won the series 4 games to 3-1. But that was Canadian ice hockey first real like, oh my gosh, you can wear a mask like that? Like, what's that all about?
You can actually protect your face.
Right. It's like, that's interesting. Maybe we should look into that. This mask, though, certainly an improvement from the face hugging mask because you have some sort of top of the head protection. Still criticized for not having enough all around cranial protection and still leaves like the sides of your face exposed. Um, However, this style, more developed and evolutioned, uh, evolved, uh, was used as recently as 2013.
Can I ask?
Mm-hmm.
Would this be like equivalent of like just a regular player's kind of helmet now almost?
So, good question. Think college hockey. You know how a lot of college hockey players will wear the helmet with the cage.
Mm-hmm.
Something similar to that.
Okay, so it's like essentially what the players have now, or what the goalies were wearing at this time.
Yes. Again, styled a little differently,
Mm-hmm.
but
He's got like that
very
more like
similar.
around head protection too.
Right. Yes. And this mask was lightweight, and that's why a lot of people liked it. And it allowed for better sight because it's whatever you know the helmet's made out of, but it's just a cage that kind of wraps around your face.
Mm-hmm.
So you have pretty much all your vision that you need to be able to see what's going on around you, which is why a lot of goalies used it. They never switched because they like being able to see as much as possible.
Yeah, and like I'm guessing the gaps are just small enough where the puck can't go through it.
And so again, like think of it like the modern college hockey helmets, where it's kind of just a semicircle cage around you. So yeah, there's no pucks that are getting in there for the most part, which is good. That's, I mean, somewhat decent design.
We're getting better.
We're getting better. We're getting there. It's also the first mask to be paired with a neck guard. Every goalie mask up until the time had no neck guard whatsoever. And the cages would come down to like their chin, maybe a little bit below the chin, just because they're so worried about protecting the face and whatnot. And a lot of goalies, when they're sitting in their crouch, kind of like the chest pad and the jersey kind of comes up to their chin. So there was never really a thought or a need to like, no, maybe we should, put something around there. That changed forever.
Oh, I don't like how that sounded.
In 1989, when Clint Malarchuk was his neck was sliced open in the middle of a hockey game because a skate came up and cut him in the neck. And you can imagine how there's a YouTube video out there. If you would like to go watch, it's out there. It's
I wouldn't want to.
Viewer discretion is advised. Very much a life-threatening injury. He survived. He's fine. He's okay. But that was kind of like, oh, maybe we should think about that. So
we do have literal like knives on the edges of our feet.
Right. It's and even in like the best worst case scenario, getting a puck into your neck, like you could like crush your windpipe.
I know exactly. Like it could literally like paralyze you.
Just like no bueno, not good. So goalies started wearing some sort of like plastic fiberglass, maybe swinging neck protectors to prevent that. And then a lot of modern masks, they extend that chin down further, so there's more protection there.
It has almost point, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Which I'm sure there's rules in the goalie mask making community that needs to be some sort of length there by definition. The very last one and the current one, just want to make sure I'm checking time here. We're doing just fine.
You're doing. I can't read it, but you're doing.
Is the fiberglass cage combination or a combo mask. This is essentially a single piece. This if you go on Google and you search goalie mask, you're going to get a bunch of ads that pop up about if you want to buy an uber super duper expensive mask, this is what you're going to find. It's essentially a single piece. It's one, there's the back, plate that you can like stretch in and out to be able to put the helmet on. Then there's the mask that covers your whole face, the sides of your face, down below your chin. And it's essentially just like a cutout piece, from like your brow kind of down to like, you know, around your mouth, nose area, and they just slap a cage over that.
Mhm. It's like all connected as one thing.
Right, exactly. The cage does not come off, I'm sure, unless you like, you know, kind of like a football helmet where you got to like really work at it to get it off. But this was developed by Dave Dryden and Greg Harrison. Dave Dryden is a former goalie. Greg Harrison, I really couldn't find too much in my quick research about Mr. Greg Harrison, but he was involved in developing this mask. He deserves to be mentioned. This was developed in the late 1970s. So our previous helmet cage was developed in the early 70s. This fiberglass cage combination was developed in the late 70s, but not a lot of goalies used it.
So the previous one was used up till 2013.
Right.
Very recent.
Very, very recent. Some goalies did use it very recently. And again, this fiberglass cage combination, it's heavier, it's bulkier, and a lot of goalies didn't like that. So they liked the helmet cage combination because it was a little more lightweight. But you know, the fiberglass cage combination eventually became most popular because you know, it's just safer.
Yeah.
Safer. It's like at some point, like, you know, how much of the ice you can see and how comfortable yada yada it is. It's like it's safe.
Yeah.
And as a goalie in an evolving game, that's kind of what you need.
Also, too, it's like it's kind of protection of if you're a really good goalie, you get one hit into the side of the head that's bad. Like your whole like career is done. Whereas you wear this, sure you might not be able to see as well, but you get hit in the side of the face, you're like, oh whatever.
Right.
Next game.
And we will mention that in a little bit here. You know, getting hit and what that can do to a goalie. The very first adopters of this fiberglass cage combination are Gillies Malochi, and Chico Resch. It's a great name. They were first adopters. They started using this type of mask in the 1980s, early 1980s. And this style of goalie mask can be made out of fiberglass, could be made out of carbon fiber, or there's even, which I think is actually very popular nowadays, a fiberglass Kevlar mix. For those that aren't aware, Kevlar is what the military uses to protect themselves from bullets and shrapnel. Should probably work against the puck too.
you would hope so.
I would think.
If it could stop a bullet.
My last page of notes.
It's red.
It's red. It's all red. Oh, what happened?
Bloody Mary.
Spooky.
Because somebody dies.
No. Thank God nobody dies. Thank gosh. So of course there's more modern versions of this combo mask that have improved tech and are much safer due to harder shots and all that stuff. It is the safest option because it disperses the impact of a hockey puck better than the other helmets. Goalies can still get concussions. It is still a common thing that happens. It's actually kind of scary when a goalie gets concussion.
I mean, somebody just ripped the puck.
Right. This is a long time ago, I believe. So I was at I don't know if I was at the game or if I was watching on TV because I was so young. But there was a former UND hockey goalie that caught a puck wearing a combo mask, square in the dome, like right between the eyes. He kind of just like he stopped it. It just kind of sat there and then just kind of like keeled over.
Jeez.
I think it stunned him, maybe even knocked him out a little bit. He was concussed. I remember that.
So, I would think so.
So it can still happen, but that has gone way down with the evolution of the mask. And also, really quick side note, there's also like some really weird controversy about like what style of like cage should go on the mask. Like, can NHL goalies wear what's called like the cat eye cage, which is essentially like it's just like a semicircle cutout that goes down to the nose. It essentially shapes around your eye with a bar in the middle, so that way there's no bar going over the middle of your eye. So it's easier to see, with this cage on. But like you can't, like, goalies are not allowed to use that type of cage in like junior hockey in Canada or youth hockey in Canada.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know. I think there's just fear that if it's not made right, that a puck can still get up there or a stick or
Oh,
something. I think
mhm.
that's really what it is. And you just rather be safe when it comes to the young
Yeah,
people.
because like they're not doing this as their career either. Like
Yeah,
a lot of them will probably go on to not play hockey professionally.
right. So that is a nice little side note. The cat eye cage is the most common amongst our NHL brethren. Uh, there has been, due to the evolution of the mask, there has been an effect on the goaltending style of play. Mentioned previously that goalies used to stand up all the time. It's called the stand-up style of goaltending because you rarely had to get down and stop anything. It was a slower paced game back then, slower shots. Um, and I think goalies used to stand up because it's easier to read the play when you're standing up.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever watch a game and you have one team that's hemmed into their own defensive zone, the offensive team is buzzing around, getting a lot of opportunities. You can see, there's an offensive player and a defensive player in front of the net battling for position, and the goalie is often, looking around trying to figure
Like
out
get out of my way.
what's going on. And that's partially because they don't stand up to play the position anymore because it's just not, they would be chastised for it. But, they're usually in a crouch position. So now they need to stand up and look around and yada, yada, yada. Um, Style of goaltending is a podcast in and of itself. um, so mask allowed goalies to make more saves on their knees just because, less fear of injury and all that stuff. We had mentioned the risk of concussions have gone down. There are two goalies, one by the name of the legendary Dominik Hasek and the legendary Henrik Lundqvist. These are two Hall of Fame goaltenders. Dominik Hasek played for the Buffalo Sabres and the Detroit Red Wings, those two famously, and Henrik Lundqvist played for the New York Rangers. These are examples of goalies who, because of the combo mask, they would purposely use their head to stop pucks.
Oh, so it'd just be like a fifth limb essentially.
Pretty much. And I should say Dominik Hasek did use the helmet cage version of his mask too once upon a time. But they would, because if a puck is coming at your face, a goalie's natural reaction is probably to raise his glove.
Mm-hmm.
And Lundqvist and Hasek were of the feeling where, as long as it's not a slap shot that's coming at 100 miles an hour, why don't we just put our head there since we know we're going to be protected?
Yeah.
Of course, that's not something that they do all the time, but in desperate situations, you got to stop the puck from going in the net, right? So that's kind of how the evolution of the the goalie mask has affected goaltending styles and whatnot. Now, the cool part, and the part that's also related to Jason Voorhees, spooky mask decoration.
Oh.
For a long time, goalie masks were just you have a white mask or it's a black mask, and it's just there to protect you. But soon people realized, like, we can actually mess around and get creative and detail these things and show off the personality a little bit. It has a really cool backstory. So, a man by the name of Jerry Cheevers, he is a former goalie for the Boston Bruins in parts of the 60s and 70s. He wore the fiberglass type. I forgot my
The
own.
Jason Voorhees.
The face hugging fiberglass, as it's described. The Jason Voorhees style of mask. It was just plain white. That's all it was. Kind of like the tees. That's my third musical reference today. God, I'm so
You're on
good.
fire.
He wore that type of mask, and there was a game where an errant puck came up and struck him in the mask and left a mark on it. So Boston Bruins trainer John Forstall jokingly painted a stitch on where the puck had struck on his mask, and Cheevers thought it was funny, and he liked it. And so every time his mask was struck, he would go and paint a stitch as to where he would have been struck by the puck had he not been wearing a mask.
That's fun.
And you can look up a picture of Jerry Cheevers wearing this mask, and there is just stitch marks all over his mask.
Oh, that's cool. Did it eventually just almost turn all black?
Yes, there's a lot on there. And eventually, Cheevers became known for this mask because he was the first one to really, mess with it and get creative with it. And also, he was really, really good goalie because when he started, not so coincidentally, well, or coincidentally, I should say, he started decorating the mask, and then he and the Boston Bruins went on a 32 game winning streak with this decorated mask, which is still an NHL record.
That's insane. Well, how many games are in a season too?
I'm not sure how many, because this is like 1971.
Oh yeah.
So it might be today. It would be 82 games, but back then it might have been like 70.
So still like almost half a season.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
no matter how you slice it. So yeah, Cheevers was the first one to really decorate the mask, and now that's all you see. It's probably one of my favorite parts about the beginning of the hockey season is seeing what all the goalies do with their mask and with their pads as well. A lot of goalies also put together themed pads, which are very, very cool. And the modern mask, just because there's more surface area, gives you more area to customize and get creative. And many goalies throughout the history of mask design are known for their mask design, for example. And they'll carry with them across team, regardless. They'll just take the design, put different colors on it, and say, here's my mask. Some famous examples and what they go with. There's I want to make sure I get his name right. Patrick Lalime, I think that's how you say his name. He had a Marvin the Martian themed goalie mask.
Oh, that's cool. I love that already.
Felix Potvin had a cat themed mask. Curtis Joseph, his nickname was Cujo, and so he always had his nickname around his neck guard. And then there was a very specific Cujo design that he had that he carried across. Ed Belfour, shout out Eddie Belfour, played for UND, Hockey Hall of Famer. He's known as Eddie the Eagle because he had an eagle mask.
Oh,
so that's what he wore. Martin Brodeur most famously played for the New Jersey Devils. He had a very, very cool devil mask. Peter Budaj had a Ned Flanders themed mask for his career.
That's got to be so sick, actually.
Cam Talbot had a Ghostbusters themed mask.
Spooky.
And John Gibson had I don't think he still plays, but had an arcade game themed mask.
Like a Pac-Man?
I don't know if he kept one arcade game or multiple, but that was kind of his theme. So yeah, goalies have gotten creative throughout the history of these masks, and I think it's really cool because hockey is kind of a game where there's not a lot of opportunity to show your personality. Hockey players are often criticized for being robots and saying the same things over and over again, and goalies are known for being the characters of the bunch. So it's only fitting that they get to express themselves a little bit through their gear.
Can I just say, I love how once one guy was like, "Hey, let's wear masks," it took like less than 20 years for them to be use the mask that we still use today.
Yeah,
it's like okay, let's actually get into this. Right. And because you're saying that one the dual goalie mask only was around for a few years before the new one piece.
Right. Yes, it was definitely a time of innovation, and I think when people saw in the Canadians when they saw Vladislav Tretiak wear that not combo mask, that 2-piece helmet cage mask, it was like, oh, that's actually kind of smart. Maybe we should look into that a little bit more. And then I think it only went from there. Because once the stigma of hey, just because you put on a mask doesn't mean you're not a tough guy anymore. As soon as that stigma went away, I think it was just okay, how do we make these things as safe and as good as possible?
It's so wild to think just in general how unsafe stuff were football. They were just leather helmets with no face guard too,
yeah.
Right?
Football helmets are wild.
Yeah, it's just stuff like that. It's that's wild. That's wild to think. It's almost wild that not every sport has a helmet when you think about it.
Right. It's even so baseball, for example, batters wear helmets and whatnot, and there's been evolution in the batter's helmet. It used to just be baseball players used to wear just their ball caps going up to the plate because there's not a lot of fear of a wild pitcher and whatnot. And then it evolved into a pretty standard helmet. And then eventually they added ear flaps. Because like, oh, maybe we should protect the side of your face that's actually facing the pitcher.
Just in case, like what? Even if like the pitcher doesn't hit you, there's a chance they have an off game.
Right. And then it even evolved into, there's again another video you can find. John Carlos Stanton, at the time playing for the Miami Marlins, he got hit by a fastball in the jaw, completely broke his jaw, is bloody, gory, wasn't good. He came back and he wore a batting helmet that has not only the ear guard but also has a chin guard.
Oh.
He's like, I'm not letting that happen.
Fool me once.
Yeah, it's quite interesting how for these sports, hockey, with the knives on their feet and the death sticks in their hands, or football just being inherently physical and tackling and all that stuff. Baseball, where a pitcher is allowed to throw a ball in your general direction as hard as he can. It's like, yeah, maybe, a lot of it has to do with, CTE and development and the research of that and whatnot.
I don't know how true this is, but I saw a study that said 99% of NFL players, after they retire, have some sort of CTE.
It's just, I'm sure you and I maybe have some level of it. Like they're like, I don't know. I can't remember any hits in particular where I really got my bell rung, but it's just the nature of football,
Well, it's like I think it does cause is that like hitting your head once, like whatever, but that constant,
the repeated.
Yes, exactly.
How do they describe it? Like getting into a car crash multiple times in a game. Like, yeah, that would probably do it.
like every minute you're getting into a car crash.
Yeah. So, yeah, a loose connection, but
No, I really enjoyed that. Was such a smart way to do the Halloween episode. That was great.
So, yeah, and we made really good time. I had 3 pages, for those that couldn't tell, I had 3 pages of notes, and that is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So
I'm impressed how fast you got through that.
I am only getting better at this, Caleb. So are you. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Well, happy Halloween to our Balls and Blasters listeners.
Happy Halloween out there. Get spooky, get scary, have fun. And Halloween falls on a Friday this year, so everybody gets to go out and celebrate, which is awesome.
And this comes out the day before Halloween, so
scary. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember hearing a joke because this is episode 13. Mm-hmm. Episode the 13th.
Oh, that's pretty good actually. that might have to be the title.
Could be. You never know. I don't know because I only know when he uploads it. So.
Yeah, I mean,
you never know.
Yeah, sometimes I'm late, but today I should be fine. All right, Austin, where can they find us?
Where can you find us? If you enjoyed Balls and Blasters episode the 13th, spooky, scary edition, you can. I have a Halloween costume this year, but it was just impractical for this episode. If you enjoyed us, you can find us on our YouTube channel. You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcast. We have an Instagram. We have a TikTok. And we're diving into the YouTube short TikTok realm just a little bit.
Maybe a spooky short this week. Ooh. Or maybe not. Who knows yet?
The suspense is killing me.
Let me finish my homework first.
Scary homework? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's enough of that.
Well, this has been a very fun, spooky episode, Austin.
It sure has. And before the people log off, did you want to tell them what you were? Or do you just want to let them go?
Oh, yes, right at the end. If you guys don't know from this getup, I am Wybie from the movie Coraline.
Bum, bum, bum.
The reason is my girlfriend is going to be Coraline from the movie Coraline. And I have curly hair. So it works.
It all works out. A very cute couple's outfit.
Thank you. You'll see it probably if you're out on the town of Grand Forks, North Dakota. You will see it.
You will live
on this Friday night
in all its spooky scariness.
And Austin, what are you gonna be this Halloween?
I'm gonna be a Viking. Not a Minnesota Viking, but an actual like a medieval style Viking.
That'll be awesome. He'll be so cold because you're going in just like just lederhosen, right?
Yeah.
No shirt.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, I got to get a haircut on Friday, and then I'm gonna like keep the length, but get rid of the sides. That's what the Vikings would
Are
do.
you gonna layer your hair?
I don't know what that means. Yeah, I have a shield and a like prop axe, but I don't know how I'm gonna bring the axe anywhere. So I don't know. Figure that out.
It'll be fine. Thank you for listening to Balls and Blasters, the Halloween episode.
Ooh, see you later.